I asked you to send me your questions and let me know if there's anything I could help you with. Massive response. I've got over 50 questions to try and work my way through. So I'm thinking this is going to be maybe a 2 or 3 part Q&A session. So bear with me and I'll try and answer as many of your questions as I possibly can, okay? So the first question was asked by Sarah, and that was, which fats are okay to eat? So obviously when you look at your food labels, there's different types of fats listed in your ingredients or in your nutritional table. The ones that you want to try and avoid or keep as low as you can are saturated fats, okay? They may be listed on certain items as saturated fats and unsaturated fats, or you might have saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats, and just unsaturated fats. But in part, the ones that are okay to eat are poly, mono, and unsaturated fats. Okay? Hope that answers your question, Sarah, but feel free to email me if it does not. I've had quite a few questions about carbs, so I'm going to try and answer them individually because they are all slightly different. So one person has asked, should I cut out carbohydrates? Simple answer, no. You shouldn't cut out any one particular food type from your diet. You can reduce a food type, so you could reduce fat, you could reduce carbohydrates, but I wouldn't say cut them out completely. Not only because it's not great for you, but it is incredibly difficult to not eat foods that have got carbohydrates in, because they are in pretty much most foods other than maybe meat and vegetables. Okay, so should I cut out carbohydrates? Not completely, no. What's the best kind of exercise for fat loss has been asked by Vicky. Vicky, there are many different types of exercise for fat loss. The best thing that you can do is kind of like an interval training. So you want to do a muscular strength and endurance interval style workout. That would be basically using small weights and doing a couple of sets of maybe 12 to 15 repetitions of one exercise 2 or 3 times, and then doing a cardio interval. So you do a tone exercise, a cardio exercise, a tone exercise, a cardio exercise. So that could be, let's say, squats. You could do 2 sets of, say 2 sets of 20 squats, followed by 1 minute of jogging, followed by 2 sets of 20 lunges, followed by 1 minute of star jumps. Okay, so you want to swap and change between the 2 different disciplines. Will doing weights make me bulk out? No. The reason I say that is, if you're female asking that question, it was asked anonymously, so I'm not sure. Weights will not make you bulk out unless you are eating a diet that is incredibly high in rich protein. Women generally know it will not at all, because we do not have the hormonal level to build muscles like that. We would need to take some serious amount of supplementation to get bulky. So knock yourself out, go to your pump class, pick up those weights. It will actually burn fat quicker. So going back to what Vicky asked, weights will actually help you burn fat faster. Okay, why am I not losing weight? I don't know. There could be many reasons. Normally the reason most people don't lose weight as quickly as they'd hope to is they are either still eating too much, or eating too much of the wrong things, or not eating enough, so their body is staying in a starvation mode and actually just using up muscle fibers rather than fat. The best thing to do is, if you're actually questioning why you're not losing weight, if you're exercising and eating what you believe to be a healthy diet, is try and keep a food diary. Log what you're eating, snacks as well, drinks as well, alcohol, everything that goes in. Make a note, and at the end of the week have a look and actually really ask yourself, am I trying hard enough? And look at how hard you're working in your exercise class. Are you only doing one exercise class a week? Because that's not going to help achieve a great amount of weight loss. You should be working out maybe 3 or 4 times a week. So have a look at what you're actually doing and see if what you are building on is enough to actually achieve what you want to achieve. Okay? So next question comes from Rebecca, and she has asked, what trainers do I recommend? Well, that's a question that in itself could take me absolutely ages to answer, so I'll do my best to kind of summarize it really quickly. When you're looking at trainers to use for your classes, you need to consider what you're actually going to be doing in that class or in that workout, whether you're running on the roads, whether you're in a studio, whether you're on a bike, things like that. I have probably about 15 to 20 pairs of trainers that I use. I use all of them because I use them all for different things. So, for example, when I'm teaching classes that are quite high impact, I will use a trainer that's got really good sole support, really good arch support, and really good support around the heel and around the Achilles, because that's where you're going to absorb a lot of the impact and movements that you might be doing during a aerobics class. Whereas something that's lower impact, so maybe a pump class or a toning class of some description, the support around the side of the foot isn't necessarily as essential as it would be if you were jumping around. Running, again, it depends on the sole of your foot, so it depends whether you've got a high, medium or low arch. As far as brands go, there are some that I favour over others. So for a higher impact aerobics class, I would go for something like a Saucony trainer that's got really good arch support. The lower impact Reebok and some Nike trainers are also equally as good. Running wise, again, Saucony or Asics are a good brand to look at. One thing that you shouldn't do when you're purchasing your trainers is scrimp and go for the cheapest pair, and certainly don't go for the stylish pair that are on the fashion brand side of things, because they're not necessarily built for support, for function or for comfort. There are shops around that you can go to that will do a footfall analysis, so you can go in and check how your foot lands on the floor, and that will then give you a good idea of what trainer you need. But basically, don't scrimp on the cheapest. Go for something that feels supported, comfortable, and actually makes your foot sit properly. And if you are in an aerobics class or running and you keep feeling your foot slipping or your ankle twisting or some kind of tension in the foot, check out your trainers, because they don't last forever, especially if you're doing a lot of exercise. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions, but if not, that is a massive topic to talk about, and one that there are many people out there that can help you with. Okay, so if you need to get in touch about that one, then feel free. Great question. Do sauna suits work? Well, Laura, no. Basically, sauna suits are, if you've not heard of them, basically a jacket or a trouser suit jacket that you wear that basically just makes you sweat. So although you may lose weight by wearing a sauna suit, it is just fluid. So you are basically dehydrating yourself because you are making yourself sweat more than you need to. So do sauna suits work? No. Another one, do diet pills or slimming aids work? No. There is a huge market out there for things like these diet pills, diet shakes, diet this, diet that. In all fairness, no, none of them work, because they make you go on to an incredibly extreme reduced calorie diet, which is really bad for your body. So avoid the fad craze things that people keep putting on your TV screen. Same for water retention tablets, don't go there. Just exercise, eat healthy, drink plenty of water, and you will have the same effect. Should I take a multivitamin? Definitely. Definitely you want to go for a multivitamin. Look for one that's got a good range of vitamins in. So you don't just want a few select vitamin A, B, C, D, E or whatever. You want iron, you want magnesium, potassium, all of the good minerals that you need as well as the vitamins. So don't again scrimp on a cheap naff vitamin pill. Go for a good one, like Well Woman or something like that, or Well Man if you're a man. But yeah, definitely start taking your multivitamins, because it will help boost your immune system, it will help with your energy levels, it will help with basically creating a very, very healthy body for you to work with. Okay, firing through them now. So last one of this part: would whey protein help me tone? That's coming from a female who doesn't want to be named. Yes, I use protein shakes. You can get protein from food sources. So if you're eating a high protein meal after a workout, chicken, tuna, eggs, red meat, white meat, things like that, then you're going to get protein from those food sources, but maybe not enough to actually really regenerate the muscles that you're working out. So yes, you can take a protein shake. There's no harm in taking a protein shake. Don't use it as a replacement for a meal. Use it as the supplement it is meant to be, which is to replace protein and rebuild and help your muscles recover after a workout. I use them regularly after classes like Viper or Spin or Body Pump, things like that. It will help you tone, it will help you increase your muscle mass, but not to a bulky level. So if you want like an athletic figure, or you just want a little bit of tone on your body, then yes, protein shakes are really good. But like I say, you can also get protein levels from food as well. Okay.